What is your favorite calves exercise and why is that the one that's your favorite of all time? Now, I'm not asking about what the most effective one is. You guys can argue that all day, but maybe they're one and the same for you. But let me tell you a story about why mine is the favorite for me. So my favorite calf exercise is still the standing calf raise. The reason this is I'll give a little bit of background. So I was a very skinny kid. I was 150 pounds at the height of 6'2" when I was 15. So very tall, very lanky, very skinny. I was a cross-country runner when I was 15 and 16. I also started lifting weights at this time. So I'd been lifting, in like the basement of my parents' house with an old weeder set that my dad had since I was 11. And I could only do calf raises by picking up the bar off the ground, putting it behind my back, and then standing there and just going up and down on the carpet downstairs. That was literally what calf raises were for me. And so I didn't grow up having any calves. So when I got into bodybuilding and started to compete a little bit when I was a teenager, still had no calves to speak of whatsoever. It wasn't until, ironically, I got old and fat. Actually, in my early 20s, I got really overweight. I got up to about 260 pounds. 264 was the highest I got. And then you kind of get some calves a little bit just from being heavy and walking around like that. But they were still only about 15 inches. I know that still most people have no calves, so that's still something for some people. Now, right now, my calves are 17 and a half inches, which is big for me, for my body. They look big on me, but it's not compared to like huge bodybuilders like Mike Matarazzo. I believe he said he had them up to 23 inches at one point. So it's not huge. But the point is, I was able to develop a system for calves that was very effective for me. And to make it as easy as possible, it works best on the standing calf raise to explain it. So what I do is, I'll of course take the weight off. I'll go all the way down and I'll let the calves stretch for a couple seconds at the first rep especially. Then I'll come all the way up to the top of the rep. So I'm using a complete full range of motion all the way down, all the way up. And then when I get to the top, I took an old tip from Lee Haney a lot of the time. He said he does 2 reps within a calf raise. So what he does is he'll go all the way up and then at the top, he'll push off as hard as he can with the big toe to get a little bit more activation. And actually, I'll put my big toe over the calf raise pad to actually allow me to squeeze up an extra about an inch more than everybody else is getting. Now, my calves have gotten quite big over the years from just doing this consistently with all my calf raise movements, but I can especially do this on a standing calf raise. Now I'll do all my reps and then I go down slow, all the way stretch, second, go back up, squeeze, and then squeeze again, extra hard at the top, and then go all the way back down. Now, at the end of every set of calves of any calf movement, I also do at least a half partial. So I come back up as far as I can get, and then I do a quarter partial, and then I'm down at the end. So I do this 9 sets every single week for years, and that's how I got my calves to 17 and a half inches. So if you need some calf help, I hope that helps you. And I love the standing calf raise because it's most effective for that. But tell me, what's your favorite calf exercise and why, guys?